In the late 1800s, Paddon Creek was diverted from its natural stream channel and routed into an underground tunnel to make way for progress on the south side of Bellingham. The tunnel ran for nearly a mile under the streets of Happy Valley and the Fairhaven neighborhoods, causing flooding and water quality problems. The tunnel was also a barrier to salmon moving upstream. In the summer of 2015, the city of Bellingham began construction on a project that would bring Paddon Creek out of the tunnel and back into the daylight.
I think a project like this says that our community is passionately supportive of salmon and a healthy environment and community engagement.
I just really love the work that's happening because it's improving what we have, even if it takes a long time. We're not doing it for us. We're doing it for our future children and grandchildren.
This was a real community project, people coming together and making it happen. And when the salmon come back, when the shrubs are all grown up, and when it's a mature creek, I think everybody in the area can look at it and say that was a project well done.
So we are at the Paddon Creek Daylighting Project. We're in the middle of the restoration site. And 6 months ago, the stream you see behind me and the riparian wetland that I'm standing in didn't exist. The stream used to be in a tunnel underneath the neighborhood. This is a very rare opportunity, and some people said that it couldn't be done, to roll back time, essentially, and carve back what used to be here. This stream corridor actually follows very closely the historic channel.
The whole project started with the passion for this wonderful creek from our community. The neighborhoods came together, the property owners, and went to the city to ask if they were interested in working with us to daylight this creek. So it was a grassroots effort.
When you think in 1998, a group of neighbors got together and said, we think this would be a great idea. Now, 18 years later, we've actually done it. That's what makes Bellingham special, is this idea that we are connected to each other, we listen to each other, we value each other's priorities, and a lot of those priorities are centered around having this be a beautiful, healthy place to live.
I came down to celebrate the first waters coming out of the creek with my 2 grandchildren who are 8 years old. We were so excited. It was a Friday afternoon, and everybody cheered for that water coming down because we weren't sure if it was really going to happen. And until we saw that water, we were just holding our breaths. It was hard work done well, feels really good. It felt very good to us to see that water come down, that new channel.
The daylighting not only created a half mile of new spawning gravel and riparian area, but it also opened up a mile of habitat that was above the tunnel, up into the Connolly Creek nature area, as well as over into the main stem of Paddon.
Now, the habitat for salmon is benefiting as well. So the salmon are coming back and they're providing nutrients to the trees, they're providing nutrients to the other animals that live here. Yes, salmon are benefiting, but our whole ecosystem and our entire community along this creek is going to be healthier when salmon return, and they can only return if the creek is daylighted.
Naturally, the habitat, the fish habitat is restored, but the other thing is it allows the community to really have a great backyard to interact with nature. You don't have to go 30 miles or 60 miles to Mount Baker.
I think a lot of times we say that there are places in our urban environment that we just have to write off, that it's too built, there's too many constraints, utilities and roadways and housing. Putting a linear feature like a stream through the middle of that is complicated.
We can coexist with the environment, the city, the urban needs, if you will, and the transportation. Old Fairhaven Parkway can coexist, and everyone can benefit by working together. And so by careful planning, careful partnering with the community and with the partner agencies, we've really restored something that's just a great treasure for the city and the community.
Imagine being a fish in this kind of water. Would that be pretty hard?
It's been fun to work with elementary school kids. There has been a couple of schools who have adopted areas along the creek and want to take care of the riparian area. There's middle school groups who have come and done their service learning. And then there's even college-age students who are interested in learning more about salmon science and about restoration and are actually doing some of their research projects down here.
I just think it's really helpful to have this big project get so many eyes on it. People are asking questions. They're saying, what's going on in our backyard? We're able to answer those questions and say, we are taking action to help Habitat for Salmon. We're able to bring salmon here. And so it's just a wonderful role modeling for the kids, what it looks like to be good stewards of the stream, what it looks like to take care of our Habitat for Salmon, take care of our ecosystem.
Thinking about restoration is a way of getting optimism in our world these days. It jumpstarts not only the salmon runs, it also jumpstarts our neighborhood.
I'm thankful, and I know I speak for others that are thankful that there are people who came before me that decided to take on a challenging project. And now I get to carry this forward with my community. The end of construction was the beginning of something. It's the beginning of a commitment that people make to being neighbors and stewards to a creek for our generation and for future generations.